But right now, we welcome in a young man who I think will go down as the greatest basketball player in Orlando high school history. He is Austin Rivers of Winter Park High School, who just led the Wildcats to a second straight Class 6A state championship. Austin, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
First of all, we have to ask you, Austin, what class are you missing right now so you can be on the critically acclaimed open mic radio show?
Well, thankfully, I'm not missing any class. I get to school a little bit late. I have a late arrival.
Austin, what was it like Monday when you got back to school after winning that second consecutive state championship? For those of us who were marginal high school athletes, what's it like to come back after winning a state title?
It was awesome. Everybody was just so happy and supportive. The community of Winter Park was just kind of really ecstatic and excited. So it was an honor just to come back with that state title for everybody, for something to look forward to.
When you're the biggest man on campus, as you are, does the best-looking cheerleader call you up for dates?
No. I've been taken for a while now, so I'm all good.
Oh, you're taken. Okay, you going to the prom?
Yeah, I'll be going to my senior prom.
What are you wearing?
Nice suit.
Yeah? Tux?
Yeah. So I'll be looking good.
Tux?
Yeah, of course.
What color?
Probably black and orange.
Ooh, school colors.
How much does your dad give you to go out that night for the prom?
Not that much. Not that much. He usually just lets me go have fun with my friends. Just lets me do my own thing.
Okay, Austin, the big debate in the basketball world right now is the Miami Heat players crying after a loss to the Chicago Bulls. We know that there's no crying in baseball. Is it okay to cry in basketball?
I think to a certain extent. I mean, at the end of the day, these are these guys' jobs and lives. So, when things aren't going well for them, sometimes, it can get emotional.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal for them. They've lost about 5 straight, 6 straight, whatever, and the pieces aren't working right now, so they're probably just getting a little bit frustrated. So, sometimes that's the only thing they can do. They're just probably really frustrated right now.
When was the last time you cried after a game?
I haven't cried in a while for basketball. It'd probably be
Well, you have to lose. You have to lose a big game to cry. I guess you haven't lost much lately.
Yeah, I haven't lost much lately this year. I'd have to lose a really big game to cry. Usually it's just more. I usually get more angry and frustrated rather than crying.
Austin, obviously your dad is Doc Rivers, coach of the Celtics. He was an NBA player for a long while. How old were you when you could actually beat him in one-on-one?
I'd say when I got to 9th grade, 10th grade, that's when he started becoming a little bit old where he couldn't move as quick. So that's when I started kind of getting him into games and the shooting games and all that stuff because he's kind of starting to get old now.
Were you happier when you got that win, or was he more distraught that he lost to you?
A little bit of both. I was real happy when I found out I could start beating my dad one-on-one. He was more frustrated. He actually is very competitive still, so he kind of took the loss to heart.
Does he still got game now?
Oh, yeah, he can still shoot the ball very well. As far as shooting, he can actually still shoot the ball.
Austin, you obviously getting ready now. Your high school career is over. You're getting ready to go to Duke. A lot of Gator fans upset when you finally decided that Duke was the place you wanted to go. What was that like? What was the determining factor that you said, okay, Duke is the place for me?
It was great. I loved Florida. It was a great program for me, but, at the end of the day, it's my decision, and, you get one chance to make it right, and unless you want to go through that whole transfer process and all that stuff, that's always tough. So, basically, I just felt really comfortable with the Duke staff. I was real close with Coach K and all the guys there, and I just fit in that system well. They run a kind of a running gun offense now. That's a totally different kind of Duke system rather than the old kind of slow down with all those plays. Now they're getting these athletic guards that are coming there, and they're really starting to just run and gun now. I'm really close with Kyrie, and when Kyrie went there, I started talking to him and just how they're letting him play, and now he's got to be out of there probably. Who knows? But that's where I want to be right now. I want to be in that position where he trusts me and he's going to let me kind of run things there as a freshman. And I think there's no better stage than to be running things as a freshman on the Duke stage.
He is Austin Rivers, a man who I think is the greatest high school basketball player in Orlando history. Austin, how do you feel about the rule that makes high school players go to college for a year?
I think I like it. I think, a lot of people, rush things and they end up going, a little bit maybe too early, and they're not ready for that world yet. It's a fast life. I've been fortunate to kind of grow up around it where I've been taught, what's right from wrong. I've seen my dad live a life where it's really fast, and, for kids coming out of high school, sometimes they don't know how to manage their money well, and they end up slipping. But at the same time, some kids are ready to come out of high school. So I think it's really, at the end of the day, I think it should be up to the kid. I think, if you're ready to go, you're ready to go. You can't tell kids, what he's allowed to do and what not to do. But I also think at the same time, there's nothing wrong with telling a kid you need to go to college for at least 1 year. So I think either way, I think it's okay with me.
Okay, Duke, for the longest time, had a reputation. Their players stayed for 4 years. Obviously, that is no more. If you're ready to go after 1 year, you will go, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm not looking to go. I'm not going to go in there with a mindset like, hey, guys, I'm not only going to be here for 1 year.
Yeah.
That's not the right thing to do. But I'm just going to go in there and play my game and just stay hungry and humble. And, if the time is right for me to go after 1 year, then, I'll be heading to the NBA. But, for now, all I'm concentrated on is just winning a championship and just getting better there.
Whenever that time does come that you decide to go to the NBA, would you like to play for your dad?
I'd like to go against him, probably. I've been on his side my whole life, so it'd be fun to actually go against him and beat him and look at him and probably just piss him off a little bit.
Now, Austin, you are a very confident young man, as you should be. You have won 2 straight 6A titles. There was a quote in the Sporting News a couple of weeks ago where they asked you about meeting all these great players through your dad, and one of the players was LeBron. And your quote was, I don't want to just meet LeBron. I want to destroy him on the basketball court. Talk about your confidence.
Well, basically, people, I think, took it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
People thought, I meant that I said I could, that I actually could destroy LeBron right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the words that came out of my mouth. Basically what I meant was, I think to be a great player, you have to have a mindset where you feel like, you can destroy anybody. You can't go on the court being scared or thinking, I got to play against him. I'm not going to, do well, For kids that, are going to the NBA now, we've been looking up to these guys our whole life, such as LeBron and Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade. We've been watching their highlights on YouTube and such. So, it's really special when you actually get to go play against them. But, at the same time, what I meant was you can't beat it all. You can't sit there looking at them. They're going to try to, come, kill you. So basically, what I said is, I'm one of those guys that has never been in all. I've always just had a mindset where it's just been like, I respect you and I've been idolizing you my life, but now it's time for me to go at you. So I'm not scared of anybody. And what I meant is, you just have to have a mindset where you can destroy anybody, even if it's a guy like LeBron James.
Hey, Austin, when you were growing up as a young kid, your dad obviously was a coach of the Magic. Did you grow up a Magic fan or did you grow up a fan of another team?
No, I grew up a Magic fan. I've always supported my dad. If he coached the Cavaliers right now, I'd be the Cavs fan.
No, you wouldn't. Nobody could be a Cavs fan.
I've just always had his back. I love the Magic. The T-Mac era. Everything was great. And then he went different ways. And then now I'm a Celtics fan. So.
Okay, here's a question for you: will your dad ever coach the Magic again?
In a way, I think that'd be cool. He's doing great with the Celtics right now. The Celtics are, a great team. If that, ends one day and then they offer him a job here, I think it'd be real cool because that way he could settle with his family. It's real tough to live thousands of miles away from your father, especially for my mom and my little brother. That's really hard on them. So, I think it'd be nice if he could coach down here.
What was it like after you won that state title the other night, looking up in the stands and seeing your dad there?
It was awesome because you know how busy his schedule is. He's flying every single night. For him to take a couple hours out of his day and come actually fly down just for a couple hours to see me play and then immediately fly to his game. That means a lot. It just shows how much he cares and supports me.
Were you there when he won the championship with the Celtics?
Yeah, I was there. I don't get to go to a lot of games, but for that one, we all felt like that game they're going to win, so they flew me out there, and I got to see him win his first, and it was great because he's had some tough years before that with some losing seasons, and for him to finally just get his chance with a great team and a program where he could actually work with, he won his championship, so it was great to see him.
Okay, Austin, I know you're in high school, but I saved the toughest question for last. Here it is. You can't pick the Celtics, all right? So who wins the NBA title if it's not the Boston Celtics?
I like the LA Lakers right now. I really do. I just think with Bynum healthy, they're just so big inside, and you still have that veteran leadership with Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher, Lamar Odom. I love the Spurs, but I know they're playing great right now, the best record in the NBA. But as you saw the other night, I just don't think they can run with those guys when they're ready to go. So I think I have the Lakers and Celtics in the finals again, and hopefully I'm right.
By the way, how do you get that schedule where you can come to school late?
Yeah, we want that. We never had that schedule.
Yeah, I guess things have changed.
You got to win 2 state titles to get that schedule?
Nah, just one.
He is Austin Rivers, the greatest high school basketball player in Orlando history, and a man who hasn't cried after a basketball game in a good long while. Austin, thank you for being on with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Austin Rivers joining us here on Open Mic.